Alright, YouTube, time for a new video. Been a while. But I wound up with a 94 Southwind RV, and it had a Onan generator in it, a 7000. Well, after about $400 in two control boards, and it still didn't work, I took it out, got rid of it. I mean, Onan's the good stuff, but damn, they're expensive. So I went online, found a super coupon at Harbor Freight for this 9000 Predator. I got this thing for $520, brand new. But I got to get it set up to go in the RV. And you see there's some stuff on it, and I'll explain that. But I've seen a lot of videos, and I've done a lot of reading online and looking at stuff on YouTube and all that stuff, and nothing that I've come across has really been clear on how to exactly do this. A lot of people just plugging into the thing and having cords hanging out and their door open and all this stuff, but I don't want to do that. I want to do it to where I can go down the road with this running, power my coach, and have the door closed and all that stuff, you know. And it can be done, and it can be done simply. You need to get an adapter, the 2-foot adapter or a foot adapter, whichever one you want, to go from twist lock plug to RV female. Okay, and then you just make your little hole back in here, run your cords up. Make sure you get fittings for AC voltage. DC voltage fittings is not the correct way to do this. Get your AC voltage fittings. The color code is the same, white, black, green for ground, and wire it to the back of the plug. Okay, well that took care of that. Then I got to looking around like, well, you know what? I really need to try to get this thing to where I can start it from inside the coach. So I ordered a 30-foot 5-wire harness where I can, in a switch, where I'm basically just gonna put this switch, but not this switch, the one I bought, the replacement of this, up into the cab, and just plug these wires into the harness in the same location, so these functions are the same. It's just bypassing this switch and going to the one up in the cab. Now take care of that. And I got that stuff on eBay for like 40 bucks. This is an eBay Caltric battery, 30 bucks. We all love eBay. If you look around, you can find stuff for next to nothing. Now exhaust. It did have its own exhaust, and it had that heat shield on it. And these things they run warm, they run hot. So I also looked around on eBay and found these adapters, okay, for the Predator, 13 horse to 16 horse. And as you can see, it bolts right on. And I took the black pipe, it was about $30 worth of black pipe from the local hardware, and put that on there and routed it all the way out, basically the same way the Onan exhaust was ran. I picked this spare muffler up on eBay, $25. It's a Predator muffler, and again it bolts right to that fitting with a gasket. Can't get no better than that. And Now that I got that exhaust plumbed to the outside, you know, I can mount this anywhere I want. You know, once I find the right spot, I'll snug it all down, put hangers on it, and where it ain't gonna move. Now, getting heat out of that compartment, that's a biggie, because you know that can cause a fire. What we're gonna do is I ran 2 wires from the back of the 12-volt plug over to a Spall electric fan. It's like an 1800 CFM fan. And I have another one down there. That's about I think that's a 1200 CFM. But that's not a Spall fan. And we're going to take that fan and mount it up under here and have the air come this way and down and out. There's the goat. I wonder what the goat's eating. But anyway, and that should move all the air out. Now, you can use the Onan generator tray, but you have to turn it upside down because this side's flat. The other side's not flat. It's got the mounting spots and everything for the Onan, so you got to turn it upside down. Your bolt holes will still line up, okay, if you get a short enough generator. This one's a little tall. It's going to stick out the bottom about 6 inches, and I'm okay with that. This is a 9,000 watt generator. There's nothing it can't power, really. I mean, within reason. And it's all mounted down and ready to go. Now, I also kept the Onan fuel pump, which runs off the fuel tank in the camper. And just so I can put fuel in this thing, don't have to take it in and out and in and out, it's ran to a switch right here. And I can come out here when it runs out of fuel, open this up, reach in here and take this cap off, put my fuel hose in there, turn on my petcock there, and just come down here and hit that fan, or that switch. The pump will run. There's an electronic fuel cutoff there. And I'll put it in a tank. I do have to get me an inspection mirror so I can read my fuel gauge, but I mean, that's about all I can do with that. I can turn that off. And now, this is not going to have a battery when I put it in there. It's going to be wired to the coach batteries. So that camper has 2 coach batteries, and it has, I think, 2 powertrain batteries. So it'll be wired to the coach batteries. You don't have to worry about putting a battery on it and all that other stuff. Now, to get this thing started, since I'm going to have a switch identical to this up in the driver's compartment, the arms aren't long enough to come back here and operate the choke if you have to do the choke. Now, there's a guy on eBay who sells an electric start kit, wireless kit. But it's for a 3500, and I'm not sure it'll work on the 9000 just off of the wiring harness. So, I mean, if I could find one, or if you guys know of one, or know who can make one, a wireless start system, would be awesome. Right now, this is going to be a mechanical start with an electric switch. Actually, 2 switches, because I have to be able to operate the choke. Now this here, the other guy has got the electric start kits using the same thing, but mine's a little different. His uses a spring to pull the choke back off. This is your choke, and this is going to operate the choke. It's a 2001 Ford Explorer door lock motor. Okay. Now I did wire this up kind of temporary so I can show you how this works. And it's actually really simple to do this. When you buy this, it comes with a bunch of different rods. You know, so you can set it in here however you want. And I got a nice, good, strong bracket on there. and I'm going to use the fuel pump for power, so it's just temporary. But now I got it hooked up to a switch. It's lighted, goes both ways. If I want to turn the choke on, turn the choke on. Turn the choke off after it gets running, turn the choke off. On, off, on, off. That's just neat as hell. And that door lock motor, the wire and the switch is probably $50 worth of stuff. You know, and just a little imagination and getting this position just right, left and right, you know, so it pulls evenly. That was an easy thing to do. So I've got the choke worked out, and I've got the start button worked out. I'm still waiting on those parts to show up. Like I said, it's going to stick out the bottom a little bit, but you know, I'm over it. It's alright. I don't think there's a generator out there any bigger in an RV. I mean, like I said, those are those twist lock plugs, which just doesn't work for an RV. And if you put an adapter on there, you can't close your door, so that kind of ruins it for going down the road. But this way you can. You just wire that plug to the back of that AC plug back here. Okay? I mean, it's your RV. You're going to know, because I know somebody out there is going to say, well, hey, what if somebody plugs something in? Well, somebody shouldn't be messing around your RV. It's your RV. You should know what's going on with it. You know what's plugged into what you can plug into, what you can't plug into. So, you know, and then if you even wanted to get super silly about it, just put a piece of tape across there. Do not use. I mean, you know, but the color codes are the same. This is your 221. You got 110, your other 110, your black wire, your green, your ground. Like I said, this is a 12 volt plug. It's coming around here, powering my fans. They do work. I've already got that worked out. I can't put the other fan in until I get this mounted, because it's going to go up in here. And that's where these two wires come into play. But the next video I do of this, it'll be in the RV, and we'll do the install, go over that, and get everything running inside the RV, the rooftop AC. See, because one thing I didn't realize when I got this RV is that, and I started finding out more and more about it, the engine AC system will not keep the inside of that thing cool in the summertime going down the road. You have to run a generator to run your rooftop AC to keep it cool in there. Unless you have all the windows open. I mean, I don't know, but that's what everybody says. So, and then I'm also going to put a metal plate across here with some insulation back on it. Because temperature is something you don't really want to mess with. I mean, because think about it. If it's 90 degrees out and you're going down the road and you're got this inside of an aluminum box and that's running, get pretty hot in there, and you don't want to end up with a fire or nothing like that. So just that's why I'm going to run the fans and put the insulation in here. Just keep it as cool as possible. You know, and we'll test it. We'll fire it up and we'll let it run for like an hour, and we'll crawl under there and we'll put a thermometer up in there, electronic one. See exactly what it's running, what kind of temperatures, under load. But like I said, all this stuff came from eBay, and it was all for under 150 bucks. I mean, muffler, eBay, it's 25 bucks. These things were, I don't know, like 20 bucks. This I got locally from the hardware store was $30 worth of pipe, $41 for the lock actuator, about $5 for a switch, just some wire. The battery came from eBay, $30. The adapter harness down here, eBay, $20. These fans I got at online also. Don't remember if they came off eBay or not though. I think those did. Those are just like, I don't know, cheap fans. But that's a Spall fan. That's a good fan. And like I said, I found the super coupon for the generator. This thing was $6.99 normally, and I found that coupon and got this for $5.24 plus tax. So hey, why not, right? Go big or go home. So we got the biggest generator I could get from Harbor Freight, and the reviews are good on it. Nobody's really saying anything bad about them. But like I said, and also the nice thing about these is these are clone motors to the Honda, and I used to race the Hondas, and then I switched them over to the Predator and the VMAX motors and all those China ones. And we've put pistons, rods, cranks, all the performance stuff from a Honda. It fits right in there. Runs great. But yeah, I would really like a wireless electric start system. Which wiring this choke deal up to a wireless thing would be easy too. Pretty simple. I mean, all you got to do is wire it to your starter solenoid and then spring load it back. That's all you got to do. But if I could find a wireless system for this, I would use that. Because I mean, I can do it running all the wires, and I've ordered the wire and the switch and all that stuff to do it. I just ain't found somebody that knows how to make an electric start wireless system for it, based off of this wiring harness. So, yeah. But that's it in a nutshell. If you guys got any tips or tricks or anything like that, let me know. And the only reason I bought that muffler is because it's still under warranty, so I can change all this back. I got the stock stuff up there. That's also a reason why I wired everything to the back of these plugs instead of changing them. It's easy fix. But I mean, and if it doesn't fit, and I have to, if I have to go the route of modifying the actual generator frame, well then I just have to, because what you can also do, if you wanted to run one of these off the RV fuel tank and not off of a fuel pump, you can go to any kart racing place online and get a vacuum pump, and you can put that vacuum pump on this thing and run your fuel tank straight to the vacuum pump, and every time the piston goes down, it'll actuate that pump and it'll pump fuel to the carburetor. Or you can still run an electric pump, you just have to put a return line on it going back to the tank, which isn't a big deal either. That's just a T-fitting to go into your regular fuel return line from the engine. Or you can put a T-fitting in anywhere you can find a return line, as long as it's not under pressure. You don't want it under pressure. But you can have pressure going to it, but no more than like 3 psi or 4 on these carburetors. This is actually a 4 psi pump from Onan, I believe. And that's a fuel cutoff that activates when the fuel pump gets turned on. But yeah, the owning, it was just costing me too much money to try and fix, and those ownings are really complicated. I mean, when they run great. Don't get me wrong. Owning's some pretty high top shelf stuff. But when they break, you are going to pay for it. The replacement generator for that RV was $7,000. There's just no way. I'm not going to put that kind of money into an RV that's a 1994. I mean, I'm just not. And then I don't blame anybody that doesn't want to. And that's why we come up with better ways to do things, or easier ways, or convert things and make it work. Like I said, the next video will be this thing going in or already installed, and then going over the installation of it. I'm trying to get this as in-depth as possible, because I could hardly find anything out on how to do it, and really in-depth explanations. I do have to change these fittings here to the micro spades, but they're just on there. I said this is on here temporarily for now, the wiring, just so I can get this to work and get the spacing correct and the travel. Yeah, that's it. Says any questions, comments, and hopefully they're good comments. I know there's haters out there that's gonna be picky on this and pick on that, but you know, I haven't found anything on YouTube better yet of the explanation on how to do this. Like I said, these here, well, I don't know if I said it or not, but these here, they're just brackets. I'm going to put them in every spot. Get 4 more, because it's going to sit lower, because this is about 6 inches higher than the owning, so this will stick out the bottom of the RV just a little bit. And your bolt holes will still line up. It'll go in the same spot, just a little lower. But that's all I can think of off the top of my head. That muffler did not come with a spark arrestor, so you're going to have to pull your spark arrestor out of the Predator muffler and put it on that muffler. It will fit. Fits right in there. Just fits right on there. But okay, till next time. Have fun. Got any ideas? Let me know. Like I says, you know what? We'll try it. We'll try anything. As long as it looks like it's going to work, be something neat or cool to do. You know, hey, we'll try it. But till next time. Thanks for watching.